Hmm.
Are we live? Hello? Anybody
We
out there in
we are
Playland?
we are live, and
We
what's up
are
with the
live.
yeah?
We so wait. There.
I don't
Oh, I got a little tweak here so I can see what I'm doing.
I don't think you want that, do you?
Who, me? What?
You had the StreamYard overlay.
I did. Oh, that. Oh, this is my channel. I want my overlay. Where's my overlay? Oh, I need to add it.
Give me a second.
Let's go here. That.
Oh,
How's that?
all right, you already did it. You were doing the same thing I was doing. There you go.
Yay! I was able to figure out something.
There you go. So we have Mr. Wally Werner. Hello, sir. Hope you're doing well this evening. I know it's Friday night, and I know there's a lot of high school football going on. And I know there's a couple of one auction going on and another large channel that's got stuff going on.
Hey, Miss Kiddo Mine. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. And Bad Gateway. What's going on? I almost had a bad gateway on the work computer here yesterday. That almost scared me.
Yep.
Not good. Donald in New Mexico. What's up, my brother? How you doing? Hope all is well with you, sir.
Yes. All right. I need to flip screens. I think I'm going to flip screens. I think I'm going to move.
I like wearing baseball caps, but the problem is I think my head is oblong shaped because it looks like my hat is like tilted to one side or something. Or I'm wearing it too far forward. I don't know.
I don't know.
Boy.
Now I'm lost.
So, did everybody have a good work week? Was it productive? Was it safe? Anybody have any fun? Oh, Bandit Jones, you're here. Hey, good evening. How are you? He likes the music, so crank up the music.
Yeah, it's up a little loud, but
that's okay.
Come on, I want this over here.
I haven't been to a rock concert in a while.
There we go. Yeah, I haven't either. So, yeah, we've got several folks filing in now.
Yeah. Anything new happened to you this week, Mr. X?
I finished my collection of the Perth Mint Dragon 1 ounce bars.
Nice.
So I have that. Now I just need to buy a box or a container that holds the capsules. You know, the bars in a capsule. I just need to order
those.
Yeah,
I got those. And they're the ones specifically made for the Perth Mint bars. So we'll talk after.
You mean you have the storage box?
Storage box.
Ah.
No, I got the actual. I had to import them from Germany. The actual capsule that will perfectly fit the Perth Dragon bars.
Yes, I did find those. Those are not cheap, by the way.
But there's a nice box that those will fit into. Is that what you're saying?
I just want to there's a cardboard box that they'll slide into, just so that they're all organized instead of right now I've got them in a baggie in my secure location, and I'd rather have it in a nice little box because I'm a little OCD.
A little, yeah. I got those. Oh, it's over on the table. You know, those little Pelican cases, a 1010 or a 1020 would probably fit those.
Yeah, I'll probably go to Harbor Freight. They've got the knockoff ones that work well. Problem is the size. My secure location is not that large.
Hey, Nick's Coins. Good evening. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us, young lady. Hope you had a good week.
Oh, top check. There we go. Sorry, it's my first time here.
I'm looking, it's like that screen and this screen, and it's like, I need a third screen right here so I can stay looking.
Yeah, I flipped over my StreamYard side, but when I do that, now I can't do pop-out chat. So I might have to go back to this.
Yeah, I got StreamYard on this screen here, and then this one, I got like 3/4 OBS and then the pop-up chat. So I don't have a window with the actual YouTube on. It would be interesting to do that. See if the machine can handle it. Probably can.
Yeah, mine can. Yes, Nick's Coins. Yes, I think we're both a little OCD on certain things.
Well, I like Pelican cases, so that's where my stuff goes into those.
Yeah, I can't remember the name brand that they carry at Harbor Freight, but
it's pretty close to Pelican.
It's almost identical, and it's I don't want to say 10% the cost, but it's
no,
it's a quarter of the cost.
Yeah, they are significantly cheaper.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's great. Yeah, you finished that set. I went through and I checked, and I do have the 2020, so I got the 18, the 19, and the 21, 22. So I got all the bars too. I still need a 2019 Krugerrand.
I'd show you, but it's in my closet. I have to go get them. But you know what it looks like. It looks like all the other ones, except it says 19.
Yes. But that's it. I think, I think that's the only one I'm missing from those. You and I got the nice 17s. I finally got the 18 in. And then I got the 20, 21, and 22 already. So,
yeah. And that's not that I'm bitter that you got the leather pouch instead of the little cloth pouch.
Well, I saw another one on eBay, but
yeah,
I'm not going to tell you what I paid for mine because it was not. Yeah,
I'm guessing it was more than I paid for mine. I just wanted the coin. But the biggest thing is trying to find a coin without spots, because those are notorious coins for spotting.
They are. They are. And the people who have them, the 17s, because they got the little 50-year anniversary premium mark on them, even with the spots on them, they still want premium.
Yep. Nick's Coins. I can't do the pop out. All right, this isn't going to work for me.
Gold prices were great this week and today. Oh, yes, they were.
Yeah, I bought at the wrong time. I bought earlier in the week. But that's okay. It's fine. I'm not worried about it paying an extra couple of bucks when it comes to
just don't say dollar cost average.
I'm not selling them, so it doesn't matter. They're sitting in storage, and I'm still waiting for delivery. It's supposed to be here tomorrow as well.
Yeah, the only gold I bought was earlier this month, 1/10, for the Polybuck Challenge. And I didn't have a 1/10 Canadian. And your favorite Monument Metals had them on, they had 2022 1/10 Canadians on pre-order, pre-sale. What was it, 202 or 204 or something like that. Canadian 1/10.
That's a good price.
Yeah, it might be a little more than that, but it was definitely less than 210. So, or something like I don't know why I can't remember. I had a crazy week.
Yeah,
But,
you did.
yeah, this weekend I'll put together my update video for Polybucks Challenge and put everything out. So I got a report on June, July, August. Yeah, June, July, and August because I have that Canadian is inbound, so I should get it sometime next week. But I saw it, I was just like, the whole you live in the U.S. you should buy Eagles and all, but since it's part of that challenge, I was already buying from different places because I was just going for the cheapest price. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I want to get one of each of the major bullion, and one of them I didn't have was the Canadian. So after this one, I think I have everybody. I already got 2022 Philly. This will be the Canadian. I got the Kook. I got a Kangaroo. I already got 22 Eagles. So, and I got a Cougarant, 1/10 ounce Cougarant too, for 22. So I think I covered all the major countries. Not that it's going to help me win the contest with Polybucks, but
yeah, especially with the reverse proof one that I got from Stormy.
I know
that would have blown me out of the water.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Bad Gateway sent you high school football news a few minutes ago. Or in the chat.
I have three 10th ounce Libertads, Donald. I just don't have one for the year of 2022.
In gold?
In gold, I do not.
I don't have any Libertads in gold.
Let's see, I got 120, I think it's one 2015 and two 2016s, or it's the other way around, two 2015s and one 2016. So, yeah, I do have gold Libertads, but I don't have the 2022 year, and I'm not sure if I really... Okay, here's the thing. And if I'm going to get that, it's either going to be the Lynx, from Spain, because I love that reverse proof, or it's a Libertad. Which one? Now, if I get my end of the year bonus,
the price is about the same, right?
I know both the price is about the same on either one. So
I would say the Lynx, because that was they're both limited mintages, so I guess you pick your poison when you want to pay the premium or the increase.
Yeah, it's either buy it now or pay more next year. So if I get a decent end of the year bonus, I'll get them both, not at the same time, per se.
This is wrong.
What? What'd you say? I don't like Libertads in gold or silver. Okay, how do I kick somebody out of a stream? Let's see. Let's go over here to the three dots.
I was actually going down. That was another collection I had started and realized I had too much at the time, and I made a good deal with another fellow YouTuber and got rid of all my Libertads except for one.
So
which was a proof 1/10 ounce, I believe.
Should I put her in timeout? Is that what it is? Put her in timeout?
Nah.
No? Okay. Nah. Be a gentleman? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be nice.
Yeah. But I do like the coin. I like the design. I know that some people may have an issue with it, but it's art. I mean, it literally is a piece of art.
It is. Well, I mean, you think about it. You look at all these coins from around the world. They really are. Excuse me, I think I got eyelash there. They are works of art. I mean, you think about the creative minds that go behind the, I guess, sculptor, and then the, I guess, engraver has got to take that design and then actually carve it out of the die. I mean, there's a lot of artistic skills.
I don't know, depending on which mint. Hello, Stacking Perpetrator.
Hey, Perp, what's up?
I don't know if the U.S. Mint still hand engraves the dies anymore. I think it's all done by laser. I know it's all done. The designs and stuff are done by hand. But I don't know if they still actually hand engrave all the dies. I could be wrong on that. I know that way back when, on how it's made, they did a thing on the U.S. Mint. Now, this is going back 10 years or so. It'll replay every once in a while where they show the guy, hand engraving the design into the dies. But I want to say that the U.S. Mint has gone away from that. I think that's all done mechanically now.
Yeah, laser CNC machine. They just program it in, and they have the 3D model. They upload it, and just like a 3D printer, literally.
Yeah, they just
very similar.
Yeah, they'll make a clay model and then use their little machine, take the measurements, and convert it, and Bob's your uncle.
Oh, Perp says, I found some more Morgan's 50 V-cams. Am I reading that right? So, cool. So I found a nice little stack of Morgans with things on it.
Morgans?
Yeah, well, let me highlight the chat.
Oh, found some more Hot 50 VAMs. Okay.
Hot 50.
Those are...
I didn't realize that was a terminology, Hot 50 VAMs.
Yeah, there's a Hot 50 and then there's a top 100. Your Hot 50s are... They can get pricey. And we actually do have a Morgan aficionado besides Stacking Perpetrator in the chat, and that would be Miss Nix Coins, has been studying Morgans for quite some time now.
Other than a certain particular year, she skipped that year.
She did skip 1 year. Yeah.
She did skip 1 year.
Yeah. And that's okay because she's getting some for next year. So she's good. She's good.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch the Perpetrator's video with that Morgan book he had, because I want to get a copy of that for sure. And it'd be just good for me because I know nothing about Morgans, and peace dog. Did I have peace in it too? I can't remember.
Yeah, they do.
But it'd be a good reference to have, just to sit there and learn, because it's history, and I enjoy history. I minored in it, it'll expand my knowledge of Morgans. What just happened there to video? That was weird.
You did a little flicker there. Well, I'm reading 2 different business books, and I've got a third one to be delivered tomorrow.
I thought you just got the one.
No, I ordered a couple others, and it bombed out on your link, so I'll have to go back and double check my link for your associate.
Oh, one of my links are bad?
Yeah, it could have been user error. It was late at night.
It's okay.
I'm laying in bed and I'm watching a video, and I see something. Oh, really? There's a book on that? Okay, I'll buy it. They're so cheap. I mean, you can get paperbacks for $10-12 or whatever it was. Brand new releases. It's the books are actually, one is overall business ideas and strategies, and the other one is YouTube specific, and the one that's coming is also YouTube specific. So that's what I do in my spare time, folks. That's why I'm live such an exciting life, and I don't daily vlog, because you couldn't handle it. You just couldn't handle it. I'm waiting for my first UC Morgan.
Yeah, it looks like Nick's going to have a present week for her in her mailbox soon.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I'm surprised that's your first.
Yeah, what we got from Mr. Perpetrator. Now that I finished the Morgan set, I'm looking for upgrades and getting into adding VAMs to the collection. Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, that's something I like to do with all the little binders and folders I have. Is, if I go out, I got another 19, 48 of this. And it's like, oh, that one's nicer than that one. So flop it out, and then that one now goes into the constitutional stack. So
Yeah.
yeah, to me that's fun. That's fun, and I think that's part of the community that I think we need to kind of foster a little bit more, because it's all serious about poet spot, what the geopolitical situation is, prices are up, prices are down, what to do. It's just kind of take a moment, breathe, relax, and put the fun factor back into it. It doesn't put a smile on your face. You don't get that little bit of excitement when you find that certain coin that you were looking for. It shouldn't be a second job.
Well, what I would like to do, and the problem is that any of them in any condition are pricey, is I'd like to get a Charlotte coin. We actually had a mint in Charlotte at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another one. Someone help me out. What was the other mint? I'm not talking New Orleans or Carson City, but there was Charlotte, and then there was another one.
New York?
No. I'll have to look it up later.
Virginia, Richmond?
I'm seeing how you're going to make me look it up now.
That's right. It's called Google. And I think Silver Wolverine has joined us in the chat. Good evening. What's going on with you?
Yes, good evening. Yeah, the US mint.
Was it? Wait, I think Donald has it. Hold on, let me highlight it. Is this it?
Yeah, that looks correct, but I don't know where that's at. The Langa. Philadelphia, Denver, West Point. Yeah, Fort Knox, we know that.
Georgia. Yeah.
Okay.
Donald and perpetrator chimed in. Georgia. Okay. Figured it had to be a southern state.
But I know that they did gold in Charlotte, and those are pricey.
Mm-hmm.
What
are they pre-33?
Oh yeah, they're like 1800s.
Oh, big money, big money.
So, but I already have a short list for the next major coin show that I attend, and a budget.
Yeah,
and so I'll probably have to wait until the next major coin show that I go to save back up.
I restarted my list. There you go.
Well, and the other thing you can do is, obviously, you also do binders and books. So go through and make sure that's what you're starting your list with?
No.
Oh.
No.
I was just going to say, what's the budget, Gen X? Nicky coins. More than the plane ticket to fly from Michigan to where I'm going. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to save up, but it just seems like the last couple of weeks, it's like all these, the onesie twosies that you and I collect, because we seem to collect pretty much the same ones. All of a sudden they start dropping. It's like, what? Daffy Duck's already out. And just Bugs Bunny only dropped 2 weeks ago or something. Then Daffy Duck.
I checked. It was a month ago. It was mid-August.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. If they drop one a month, I don't know about this program. I might have to bail. I might have to pull the ripcord.
Except for one character.
Correct.
Yeah, we're going to back the truck up on him.
I do declare, foghorn leghorn.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yes, I believe that this is correct. And Donald would know. So, but yes, those are on my short list. At least have one. I don't care if it's the smallest one they make, just to have it.
Well, that'd be good compliments to having a Saint Goggin, right?
God.
Thank you. Godin. See, I want to say Saint Moggin, which is a Royal Navy military facility in the South Wales, no, kind of mid-west Wales. Literally, you could like draw a line and go right across to Dublin, and there's a small Royal Navy facility, and it's named St. Moggin. I've been there.
St. Maudin or St. Gaudin?
No, St. Moggin with an M.
Oh, Moggin.
St. Moggin,
okay.
Yeah.
No, that's why I always get you messed up.
Yeah, because I want to say St. Moggin, not St. Gaudin. Yeah, I had a good time in England. I loved England. That was awesome. The beer was good.
I've never been to Europe or the UK.
See, it's funny. In your career, you went to the Far East, and in my career, I went to the old country.
Well, I was supposed to go to Germany.
Yeah.
For a new vendor, and negotiations broke down, so I didn't have to go and do the plant tour and the stuff that I had to do. I was highly disappointed thinking that I'd get to go to Germany.
Hey, good evening, Silver Frog Man. Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
thank
hello.
you. Yeah, I had.
Have we said hello to everybody with Bandit Jones and all the people we've been yakking?
I hope so. Anybody in chat that we haven't said hello to? Hello.
Yeah, hello. Spain is one place I'm probably on my short list.
I've been to Spain. I spent a week in. The name of the town is like this long, and it sounds like Oranjensaf. That's not the name.
In Spain, I was going to say that doesn't sound like a Spanish name.
No, it does not sound like a Spanish name. But of course, I'm mispronouncing it as always. But at the end of the conference, we finished a day early, so everybody went to Madrid. Fly out of Madrid. So everybody went to Madrid and spent the day there. And I went to a bullfight, and that's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
Been there, done that. Got no T-shirt, but one fun thing I did have is I actually had my very first Cuban Havana rolled cigar.
They're good, aren't they?
Very spicy. Very spicy.
The Cuban cigars are the only one that, obviously, when I was going to Hong Kong and all that, they were all, you get them everywhere. So that's all I smoked when I went over there. And just depending on which ones you get, smooth and buttery, and if you're a cigar smoker. Let's see.
Hey, Mr. V Rose, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Good evening.
Nix Coins wants to go to Cuba. Well, I wouldn't mind going to Cuba myself, but not until
not until it gets more commercialized.
Well, I mean, we can go. I mean, there's a commercial district, but it's just like I'd love to go to Russia because of the history, but because of the political climate, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'd probably, obviously, I wouldn't go right now, but
no, seriously, Nick, Cuba is going to be great. We got to give it time, and then you know what the trick is going to be? All the cruise ship lines are going to move in. Once the cruise ship lines get in there.
Yeah, I think they already do, the ones that sail out of Canada and stuff.
Oh, do they?
Yep, and Mr. V. Rose is here. Hello,
yeah.
Mr. Rose. So, what else is on your agenda for this evening to discuss, good sir? This is your show.
I've been so busy. It's like the idea book is empty. I mean, the idea book is more like of things I want to do, like fix up, the studio here, and there's a people want me to actually do a special sticker for the chief of security, so I wrote that down, and there is something I want to ask, but it's kind of touchy.
Hey, Silver Oceans, hello.
Well, I'm going to ask it. Pros and cons between NGC, PCGS, and that other one, ANAC.
ANACS.
Yeah. Why is it that ANACS, they do a lot of the grading for unique things like what? The VCAMs, errors, die cracks, whatever. And they'll recognize it, put it on their label, but the two big boys won't necessarily do it. So what's the story behind that? And how come they don't have as much name recognition as the two big boys do?
My personal opinion is, from what I understand, is that their grading is starting to improve again. For a while there, they were overgrading and doing all kinds of funny stuff there. And I think that they do the varieties and errors just because of the volume. They don't get the volume that NGC and PCGS does. Again, this is my personal opinion. Hey, Gypsy Wolves. So it could be a matter of time, or time restraint. I mean, my coins that I sent back in May are still sitting at PCGS in grading, and I had to send out another package this week to PCGS because I have vouchers that are going to be expiring here. So I wanted to get that in and not wait till the last minute and scramble. So they've got one. The other one should be delivered, I'm guessing, probably Monday or Tuesday, because I shipped it registered.
Ooh. My man, Polly Buck, what up, brother? How you doing? He's been a busy man. Polly Buck. And then,
Polly.
Dude, looks like a lady. Mr. Gypsy Wolves, how you doing? Good evening. Hope you had a good week.
Yep, he is a dude. He's a fellow dude.
What contest? What do you mean, what contest? It's not. It's your 1/10 ounce challenge there, Mr. Polybuck. That's what I was talking about.
It's a challenge. It's not a contest.
Oh. Hello. What did I major? Easy. It was not something called English or anything liberal artsy.
I just saying. Bandit Jones voucher will take longer. Yes, I'm aware of that. And I wanted to use the voucher. Long story short, I wanted to send all the coins in at once. When I sent back in May. But it had been on multiple submissions. And I didn't have enough yet to fill up all 8 vouchers. Because what I had was some pre-65 stuff. And between then and now, I had acquired a couple of pieces that I think one is going to come back in a body bag. It's questionable. But it's free. And I'd go ahead and put it in a capsule and just put details, whatever, on it. I don't want it to come back in a body bag. Put it in a capsule so it's at least authenticated. So that's long story short. So I'm not in a big rush on any of those, although I am curious on 2 particular coins that I think the one is going to come back, or 2 of them are going to come back graded higher. I actually pulled a Nix Coins, or some would say Ben from the Coin Geek. I actually cracked a coin out of a slab.
He did.
And looked at it very closely before I cracked it out. And then once I cracked it out, it looked even better. And compared the coin with PCGS. They've got, if you go to their site, they've got where you can look up obviously the values and the population reports. And they also got a thing called photo grade. And this coin was much cleaner in the cheek area and in the fields especially than some other ones that were graded 2 grades higher than the one that I cracked out. And if that's the case, then I'm going to do fairly well. That'll pay for the submission. If I sell it, it's more likely I'm probably going to end up keeping it. The other ones, everything else, I'll probably sell if they grade decent. But the one, I'll probably keep it. And I don't see it coming back any less than the grade that was already on the slab. And it was not. It was in an annex holder, and I think it was way undergraded.
Well, Nick is very proud of you that you busted something out and set it free.
Yeah, I thought of her the whole time I was doing it. I had to take some snips and.
Well, hey, wait a minute. Were your snips calibrated?
The snips? No. Not just to crack some plastic.
Look, buddy, you're in violation of quality assurance policy.
Not when you're cracking something out. I was more concerned with being careful so it didn't shatter and shove a piece of plastic and scratch the surface of the coin.
Or poke your eye out.
Well, then I put a big gouge in the coin, and then it's like, all right, this can go in a binder now. It's not even worth the grade that was in the capsule. So.
Well, I guess people do that, right? You know, maybe with the ANAC slabs.
Annex.
Thank you. Annex.
Yes.
You know, slabs. They, you know, if they look at it and, you know, like you said, go to either PCGS or NGC site and look at the examples they have posted.
Yeah.
You know,
and
they
I
bust those
believe,
open
and Nick's Coins is going to have to jump in here. Hi, Rhonda Tolliver, the lucky one.
Hey,
you're doing well. Texas Joe.
Texas Joe. He knows his stuff.
He did a crack out of a bunch of annex. If I believe in Nick's Coins, you can jump in and correct me. But he did a video where he broke out a whole slew of coins and sent them in. I can't remember if it was PCGS or NGC now. It may have been PCGS because I think it took it forever, like 5 months or something like that. And they came back spot on where annex and PCGS grades either matched, and didn't one go up? I can't remember, but it didn't drop any. So they were not overgraded at annex.
Oh, okay.
And annex, if you just want something slabbed to preserve it, and you're not doing the registry set thing, you just want to preserve it and authenticate it, they run sales and specials all the time. I think they got one going on right now. You get 10 coins done for $120. It doesn't get much less expensive than that to slab a coin. And if their grading standards are improving to that level, and I trust Texas Joe. You know, he's one of the good guys, and I trust him. So, and I think he actually had the cases and the labels to substantiate everything. And the same thing with the Coin Geek, Ben. He always does, but he does it as a game. Part of it's with the channel. There's one coin that I think he's cracked out 6 or 7 times because he swears it's higher grade than what it is, and it keeps coming back either a grade lower or the same, and he's bouncing it back and forth between graders, and now it's just becoming an ongoing saga type
Oh my
thing.
God.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, he's always sending coins in for grading, so it's not like he's, you know. And it's the business, and it's I'm sure because he's using it for YouTube for entertainment purposes, that, it's business expense, so it's not like he's losing any money on it.
Yeah. But would you say 10 coins for 100 and
I think it was 10 for 120.
120? So even with their slabs, at least, like you said, at least authenticates it. People know it's legit. It may not carry the NGC, PCGS, whatever on it, but if you have
again,
it, okay, this is real. This is not a fake coin.
Yeah. Actually, and Donald in New Mexico is right. I like their holder design better than the others because you don't have to take them out to see what it is. It's the way that the top of the coin is curved and it's printed, so you can read exactly what that coin is without having to pull it out of the container. Silver Oceans, I never cracked a coin. That was the first time I cracked a graded coin.
Well, if you need, Silver Oceans, if you need instructional video on how to, subscribe to Nick's Coins. She is probably the premium, what we say in the technical field, subject matter expert.
Yeah, and she's a show off.
Well, that too, obviously.
She'll put like a modern proof set, and she'll put it behind her back and not even look, and crack that puppy open in about 2 seconds. Without even looking. Behind her back, she did it. I can't remember what show it was on or which stream, but she did it. Cracked that thing open and come back, and the lid just popped right off, and there they were.
Maybe it's something we ought to do. We ought to go get like a couple, buy a bunch of cheap proofs, somewhere, and it's sent to her, and then tell her to blindfold herself, and then see how well she does.
I think that it wouldn't matter.
You're right. She can do it behind
if it's modern. Now, the stuff from the 70s and 80s is a little bit different. That I think requires a hammer.
No. They have to be modern. In the lens.
Yeah, the modern lens, not the older ones. The older ones were built a little bit more rugged.
Well, what is those? I have one of those. It's that super hard, thick acrylic something from the.
That's a capital holder, and if you crack that, I will no longer be friends with you.
No.
That holder alone is worth money.
No. It's buried.
Yeah, no, capital holders. I mean, you look online just to buy those, try to find those now, and you're spending more for the capital holder than the coins.
Yeah. And speaking of which, remember a long time ago we looked at it and we weren't sure if it had the Kennedy turkey bone thing in the hair.
It's a wishbone for the accented hair. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a 1964. Yep.
It may have it, but you and I have no clue, and not 100% sure. So I'll have to find an expert out here in our community to help out with that.
Send a picture of it to Clinker. He can tell by a picture.
Oh, he can? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like I said, to me, it didn't look like it, but it's pretty prominent. You can see the wishbone pretty easily.
It probably doesn't. But when I looked at the pictures online to see what an example was, I couldn't put two and two together. I was just like, well, maybe sort of. I don't know what are the specific fine details you're looking for. Unless it's something that really stands out.
Well, there's two areas. There's the wishbone in the hair that makes it accented, and then there's also a missing serif on the front where it says Liberty. The eye is missing a serif on the left-hand side. It's straight instead of it's missing a serif.
Was mine missing a serif? I can't remember.
I believe
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it had it, but.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
stacking perpetrator just verified.
Yep,
lower left serif on the eye.
Okay.
Yep.
See, Perp is he's got a wealth of knowledge because he definitely knows his his errors and the the VAMs and all that good stuff. That's why I want to get that Morgan book, so I have some You're going to read your business books. I'm going to read the Morgan book, and I'll probably get more out of that than I would, your business. Step one, let's design a widget. Now
It's not
let's go
that
find.
kind of thing. It's positive thinking and different stuff like that, and how to implement stuff. And it's stuff that's right up your alley that you would dig.
What, me?
Yes.
I'd rather go design the widget. Get my 3D printer up and running. Got some fun with that.
You can tell by the 9 also. Yeah, but I know the serif is the big thing. And then the wishbone and the hair are the two big ones that I look at.
That book is done.
Because I had several 64s, and obviously none of them were the accented hair, which was too bad because one was pretty frosty. It would have been worth sending in to get graded, but
yeah, earlier in the chat, Perpetrator said he's going to his very first coin show. Is that right, Mr. Perpetrator? I'll back up in the chat a little bit, but I think you mentioned that. Oh. So I am definitely looking forward to my first big coin show. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. I mean, with those things, you gotta have like a well, obviously you gotta have the funds, but aside from that, you gotta have like a game plan, right?
Yeah, because you can get overwhelmed at those huge shows. I mean, even the small ones, I've got an idea of what I'm looking for, and it's the same dealers, and I'll go take a look because they do get new inventory that rotates in and out. But and then they had the local coin show was last weekend, and I was thinking it was this weekend, and I didn't go, which is fine because I'm saving my pennies for the big coin show. And it's a big coin show that happens every year where it's warm in January.
Yeah, warm. Oh. Actually, the weather's been really nice this past week too, so I can't complain about that.
Well, even when we go, if it's above 20 degrees, I'll be happy.
Oh, purpose.
And I won't have snow to deal with.
Yeah, no snow. Yeah, I mean, I'm tired of snow. Perp says, once you learn some key features to look for on Morgan's, the RAM search get easier to find the overlooked ones. Oh yeah, right. Like you do. You go to like your local shops and go into like the bargain bin or whatever, and you go through that, and you'll find some stuff. I guess the dealer either isn't interested in or doesn't want to spend the time to look at them and stuff. So yeah, I mean that's definitely something I want to learn and pick up on for sure. So I definitely I gotta go back watch that video again so I can get that name in that book. I think I wrote it down somewhere, but moving from the kitchen into here, it's like stuff started getting all scattered. I'm like, all I've done is just move mess from that part of the house to this part of the house.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least you got your kitchen back.
Yes. Yeah. So. It is a world of difference working here. Like this is like the real work office than the kitchen.
Yep.
It's up here.
Yep. You can go ahead and one of the mods. Well, it's not my channel, but I'm going to go ahead and say this. You can go ahead and post Nick's link. She has. Yeah, go ahead. She started a Sunday evening show.
It's Saturday evening.
Or Saturday evening show. Yeah. I'm sorry.
You're Sunday. She's Saturday.
I'm Sunday. She's Saturday. And it's a good show. It's entertaining and similar type thing. She has at least one person, normally two other people. I know Mr. V Rose has been on there, and I know Gypsy's been on there. Silver Wolverine,
Gunny, Can, I think.
Yeah. So that's definitely worth checking out. I can't remember what time it is that she put. Yeah, there it is, 8:00.
8 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Oh, and Miss Rhonda, also do me a favor and if you could put Silver Ocean's link into the chat. Also, good guy, puts out really good content. Definitely one of the excellent hands and coins channels that I enjoy and I follow. It's kind of a toss up between him, Silver Oceans, Silver Forever, and two is one. Those are my top 3 hands and coins guys.
Yeah. Oh, Polly Buck's going to be on the show tomorrow night with Nick's Coins.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Polly Buck is my man. He is the sexiest silver stacker in the YouTube community. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise.
Yeah.
Except the one time he got that really bad haircut, but I forgave him, and it grew back, so all is well.
Yeah, he looked like a Peaky Blinder.
I know.
And he had to go to a wedding, and fortunately, it happened soon enough where instead of just going to get a touch up, it grew out. So he was fine for the wedding, if I remember the story correctly now. But I remember when he come on screen, and boy, was he getting razzed.
It wasn't just me. Yeah, no. You were there.
I was there. I was watching. There.
So it wasn't just me.
Because I thought the same thing when I saw it. I thought, oh my God, it looks like a Peaky Blinder haircut. Completely shaved on the sides and long on top. And it was like, well, I know that style's a little bit coming back, but and I don't even know if Paulie's still here to even defend himself, the poor guy.
Oh, he's been, I know he's been busy.
Yeah, he normally jumps in to say hi.
Yeah. Between his work, I think he had a wedding in his family. I think he had like a couple of weddings back to back.
Yeah,
or something like that. So,
okay, Gypsy Wolves, you have a good night, good sir.
Yep. Be good, brother. Be good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Polly Buck's a good man. He's been a good mentor to me, as well as this gentleman right here. Him and I.
I know just enough to be dangerous when it comes to coins and collectibles.
There's even things in spreadsheets that I can't do.
Speaking of which, he owes me for something that I did for him today.
Yeah.
I completed a project that I sent that he requested. I set everything up and just sent it to him and said, oh, this is all you got to do. And he says, can I ask a favor?
Well,
I knocked it out in about an hour, which probably would have taken him all day. More than likely. On top of building everything for him. The things that I do. So, yeah, he was just sitting there eating ice cream while I was working my fingers to the bone.
No, you were spoon feeding me.
Yeah, that too.
Hey everyone! By the way, thanks for joining us on Mr. X's channel for the our pop-up bin show.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's working, but I put a link in the description on this live stream. We added some stuff to that list, so take a look. And if you're interested, email either one of us and let's make a deal. So
yeah, that list will be on. We're gonna leave that list up, and as we add stuff, and I'll make a note in my community tab as well, as a reminder. But it's there. But there's going to be some new features that YouTube is rolling out, but I don't exactly know when. That may address that issue. As far as if you've got stuff to offer or quick links or something like that. So I saw a few videos on it today and everybody seems to be all excited about it. And the only thing I'm not excited about is that YouTube, of course, is going to take a cut if you use their service, which we all knew was coming. Sooner or later, it was coming, and now I'm just waiting for it to advance further. That if you do auctions and all that kind of stuff, it's going to be... They're going to get their piece of it sooner or later.
Yeah. Well, it isn't just the coin community. I mean, all the anything
any of the collectibles,
anything collectible out there, they're doing auctions here on YouTube as well. It isn't just us. I mean, we're just a tiny little speck of sand in the YouTube world,
Yeah, it's but between sports cards and you name it, if it can be collected and sold, it's been collected and sold. So, all right. Thank you for posting the link there, Rhonda.
Oh yeah, thanks, and thank you for posting Silver Oceans as well. Appreciate that. He's a good guy. He's a good guy. In fact, him and we're going to do a little sticker swap soon. So, you know what that means? Yeah, he's going to. Why does this guy have so many stickers?
Nick's coins. Yes, they do get their cut with Super Chat. And it's my understanding is that they're going to have a button for merch and or items, whatever it may be, that you can click on to purchase items.
Like t-shirts
or if you've got a book and all that kind of stuff. They're trying to keep it as much inside as possible, and inside meaning inside of YouTube. What I don't like is the percentage. It's greater than eBay fees, if I recall right now. So they're going to have to do some fine tuning there, because depending on if you use that.
She knows what that was for.
Yeah, I don't remember the percentage. I don't remember if it was 20% or 30%. All they know that it was leaked, and YouTube themselves leaked it to some of the big creators, and apparently if you're a big creator like 500,000 subs and greater, then you get privy on stuff that's coming up, and they do that. Obviously, it's no different than unnamed source leaks document type stuff that's done all over the place.
Yeah, I guess they do it as
so the word's getting out
to them. Yeah.
And it was through a big channel creator. That has nothing to do with the coin community. That I had heard that, and it's again that they're still working out the details, but it's going to work similar to the chat feature, where they will, if you click on that, then they will get a cut. I just don't think that the percentage or the amount is exact yet. Just that it's going to work like a super chat type thing. So if you make a purchase by clicking on that link, which makes it simpler or easier for a lot of folks, they can just add it to their store within YouTube. And if YouTube is smart, they'll do a 10% thing or something like that. To at least be 6%
or maybe have an affiliate. Hey, if you use this other company we're affiliated with, you can
and they're working on that too.
Or something.
They've already made that announcement that they're working with Shopify.
There you go.
So they want to be a one-stop shop.
Of course.
No pun. It wasn't trying to be a pun there or be
yeah.
fun, but all things to be looking for. So super chat is 30%, but Heather's chubby hubby.
I didn't know it was that much. Hey, what's up? How you doing, man? What's going on? Happy Friday. Glad you could be here.
Yeah. Amazon 2.0, Nick says. even if it was 30%, that's cheaper than what Amazon's take is. If you sell something through Amazon. Just an FYI. Ask me how I know that one. I learned that the hard way.
Oh, did you?
Not as a personal trying to sell something through, but actually it worked out fine because we would use Amazon with the company, one of the companies I was with, for obsolete inventory. So we could either scrap it.
Back in the kitchen, so I could get all that ready. I want to start putting that stuff on eBay to sell it and get rid of it. The stuff that's actually, I can actually, get a few bucks from versus, all the like old clothes and everything that I donated to the Goodwill.
Salvation, or Father
St. Vincent de Paul.
Or St. Vincent de Paul, yep. If you use an Apple phone, Apple takes a percentage also, super chat, it used to be. Yep, and if you develop an app and all that kind of stuff, they get their cut. If you download the app and make any in-app purchases, Apple gets a cut.
Yeah. Everybody gets a piece of the pie.
They always say, if you want to know what's going on, you follow the money.
Yep.
And that is true in any area of life, in business and government. That's my personal opinion. Opinion expressed by Gen X is not those of the DoN and or YouTube.
True. And then there's this thing called the First Amendment. Hoorah.
True, but I also didn't, that was me putting that out there. Mr. Resnick is here. He says everybody is saved.
Finally. Where have you been? Huh?
Hey.
You slacker. Jeez.
Rhonda's been jumping right in.
I know. So once you go back to whatever you were doing, Andy, Miss Rhonda's here. Got it all under control. It's all good.
No, don't go anywhere, Andy. We need
No, don't stay. I need the watch hours.
Jeez.
Stay. You don't have to talk in the chat. Just stay and watch.
Wow.
Turn the volume off. Go make dinner or whatever.
You're in your outside voice right now, right? You are talking out loud.
What? It wasn't in my head?
No. It was not an internal discussion.
Seriously, I am like mentally spent this week. Oh my gosh. And there's two aircraft that I got to work on next week. Oh wow. Use your imagination and you would be right, and that's all I'm going to say.
You don't need to say anything other than you're busy.
It's crazy. It is so crazy. So how you doing, Mr. Resnick? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good week, sir.
Buffering. Who's buffering? I don't see anything on my side. I do see where the DoN is freezing.
That's
occasionally.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if you're seeing like this, that's the ceiling fan.
No, you're like the whole screen is like flicking. It's almost like a shutter issue. On the camera.
I think it's the ceiling fan.
No, it's like you go black. For just like a split second.
Maybe. Okay, let me go to the camera setting and let me refresh it. See if that helps.
Okay, Donald in New Mexico. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by while the DoN is refreshing.
Refresh. Reconnect. Okay.
Let's see. Always mounting more silver. Good evening.
Okay, let's see how that works.
Yeah, you're back. I haven't seen it do it in a while. Yeah, it was earlier in the broadcast. So
Always wanting more silver. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. And Aunt Laura. Hey, Aunt Laura. How you doing?
Yes. Hello.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
I have to answer this text. Apologize. My daughter is doing a college tour this weekend.
Hey, Miss Rhonda or Andy, would you guys mind posting a link to Stacking Perpetrators channel? He does these. He's really good at like putting these albums and these books together.
Yep.
And it's just he just somehow magically finds the right Benji or whatever that he needs for that particular year. And if there's something really super difficult to find, he'll scour the world, and sure enough, he'll find that thing. And he's got a folder or a binder that has a spot waiting for it. So
Yep. Silver Oceans. Thank you for stopping by. You have a good evening, sir.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to hurry up and say goodbye before he bolted.
Yeah.
Yes, but you're right. Stacking Perpetrator, I think he's well organized, obviously. And he knows what's in his albums. He knows what he needs. He knows what he needs to improve on. And I don't think it's a coincidence that he reaches into his box and, oh, geez, look. Oh, geez, it replaces this one. But it still makes for a good video,
It does. That's how I learned. I'm learning. That's, guys like him, the content they're making, I'm learning because, I don't know anything about Morgan's. I don't know anything about Peace. I don't know anything about Benji's. And all the 90% stuff, I don't know anything. Oh, speaking of which, so I cheated today and went out for lunch. I had 3 big projects I finally got done by lunch.
No, I thought you said you ate 3 Big Macs or something.
No, God, no. I have not eaten McDonald's in. Oh.
See, this is what happens when you talk to an engineer.
At least
I said something very specific, and now he's going to get specific back to me. So this is just a word of caution if you're dealing with an engineer. If you want something generic in response, you got to be generic in the way you ask the question. If you are specific like I was, and I said Big Macs, now he's got to go through and tell me the history of how long it's been since he's had a Big Mac, what the situation was like, and why he's not eating them now. That's the way engineers work. They're not like normal folk.
No, and neither is the global supply chain managers because they typically carry what's called a chip on the shoulder because they're convinced that they're always right and never wrong. The problem is that sometimes most of them don't have technical degrees, so when they read a drawing, they misinterpret or don't understand a specific specification or especially a military standard.
I know how to read a blueprint, and I know how to read specs.
They come in with the chip on the shoulder thinking, hey, I'm right, you're wrong, move along. Ooh, that's good. I'm right, you're wrong, move along. I like that. I just screwed myself. So I've dealt with your kind. You know it.
We've dealt with each other. we haven't been within 1,000 miles with each other, and I'm telling you, he could send me a blueprint, I could read it, and we could discuss exactly what I need to do, where I need to source it, and he would tell me why I could or could not, and then I would take that information and find the right source, and I bet you within probably about an hour, we would have a supplier lined up for said component and or part that he's looking for. It's just universal speak between.
Speaking of which, have you ever heard the term ROHS?
ROHS?
ROHS. ROHS.
Is that the European standard for
it's for like
electronics and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's
electronic components, capacitors, and that kind of stuff. It's got to be.
Yeah, it's kind of all encompassing. And
Yeah.
the whole point is that is, to make electronics more green, and
Right.
all the environmental blah blah blah.
Yep.
That was a pain in the butt, because I'd have, you, as in you, procurement, global supply chain managers, send paperwork to us saying, hey, supplier A can't build this part anymore because it's not being manufactured due to RoHS.
Yep.
So you have to, here's what they're asking for a replacement. Can we use it?
Yep.
So that's probably the biggest interface I had to do a lot with our procurement, global supply chain manager, as I like to call him. But you guys heard us joke around and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, us guys behind the computer, the procurement guys, the integrators or the manufacturers, we would all get together, go out, have a drink, or go to dinner and chill out, and we just laugh and make fun of each other.
Yep.
Because the bottom line is, we all come together. When the poo-poo hits the fan, we got to get stuff done. Everybody comes together.
Right. Everybody does what they got to do. And then once it's done, then we do an after action analysis or report, or however you want to word it, whatever your terminology, find out where the breakdown was, and we fix it so it doesn't happen again. After we solve the immediate issue of, we got to get these parts and they got to get out in like 48 hours. What are we going to do? We don't point fingers. We don't do any of that stuff. And it's all that stuff is behind the scenes. People don't understand. And it doesn't matter what you're buying. I don't care if it's a garden hose or a car.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff goes on for stuff to hit the shelves for you to purchase.
Yeah.
Or use in an application of some sort. In any field, and doesn't matter. A widget's a widget. Now, the policies and procedures to acquire and design said widget is going to vary greatly between industries, but at the end of the line, it doesn't matter. It's got to get the job done first, especially when you're working with government contracts or huge corporations like I was. You got to do what you got to do, and then you fix it afterwards, because if there's something broken.
Yeah. Well, perpetrator, I'm not going to apologize for the opinion and the way you feel about that. Engineers are the way we are, and you are the way you are.
Yeah.
So
engineers
that is that.
Yeah. Nix Coins, thanks for stopping in and hanging for almost all night. We appreciate it. And yes, I'll be popping in tomorrow night.
Yep.
And watching between that and my college football.
Yeah. Thanks, Rhonda. Yeah, don't forget, shows tomorrow evening at, what time was it again? 8 p.m.
8 o'clock, I believe.
8 p.m. Eastern on Nix Coins channel, and Miss Rhonda has posted a link. So thank you, ladies. Thank you for that.
Yep.
We appreciate it. So I want to know, when are they going to get the freaking SLS off the ground? I've been waiting for this big moment of thermodynamics to happen, and I'm just so disappointed. I mean, now they're talking about, I haven't seen the most recent news.
All I know is that Elon Musk has launched 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're supposed to launch another one either tonight or tomorrow night.
Yeah, they did. I think they did one last night.
Okay, it was last night. Okay.
And then they did one a couple of days prior. So they've launched at least 2, possibly 3 satellites or a rocket up into space. Now, it's not going out of our atmosphere, unlike what this one is supposed to do. But I think that they're being overly cautious, because the last thing they want is for that thing to get 100 feet off the ground and explode because they've got a leak in a seal.
Oh no, yeah. I mean,
the Challenger disaster. For a $5 part, just cost them $1 billion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're doing their due diligence as they should. I mean, the rock, the system's built. It's there. Did they finally roll it back into the hangar? See, I haven't really been following it, so I have no
I
idea.
haven't either, to be
Yeah.
honest. Heather's Chubby Hubby, no. Polly Buck and Silver Wolverine, I believe, are her slated guests for tomorrow night.
It was Polybuck, definitely. I think it was Polybuck.
Yep, Polly Buck and Silver Wolverine.
Oh, both of them. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, because SW was on last week, wasn't he?
Yep.
Or last time they were on? Yeah.
Yeah. They've been. I think this is her third or fourth show. Maybe it's her fourth one.
Yeah. So all the regulars will be there.
Yeah,
that's a good time. Very entertaining. Very entertaining.
I know Lisa Simplified has been on it. Gypsy's been on it. Who was in earlier and is now off to work has left us for the
evening. Question for you, Mr. X, and I don't know if you're going to talk about this on your show tomorrow, but I am confused. What the heck is going on with spot prices? Why is gold up, then silver down, and then all of a sudden it's the other way around? As soon as some market indicator or the job numbers or interest rates or whatever it is, macro, micro economic thing occurs, and all of a sudden these spot prices, they do this. Not necessarily like that or like this. It just seems like one is opposite of the other.
Definitely what's been happening. Gold's taken a beating the last 3 days or so. End of the week. I can't remember what spot was without looking it up real quick.
I think it was
16.
Like 16 something.
Yeah. And silver went up and closed at like 1970 or something like that. I didn't see the stock market was down slightly the last that I saw, but it's down for the week. So
I don't understand. Makes no sense.
I don't know 100% either. Without a little bit more research, I know that the original, when the interest rates were announced, it was 8.3%, and they were expecting it to drop further. Mm-hmm. So that's why everything reacted poorly when those numbers came out. And then the Fed, I think next week, they're going to make their announcement on the basis points, what they're going to do with the interest rate, and I think the rumor mill says 75 points.
Oh.
So that's. But the jobs, I don't know when the job numbers are supposed to come out. Because, the job market is still strong. Unemployment is still low at the moment, even though there's some massive layoffs that are starting to occur and some store closings. I just saw something. Bed Bath & Beyond's closing another 150 stores or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've been in financial problems for a while. They closed the local one to me, and we've got two more that's on the other side of town. And I didn't check to see, because I haven't, since they closed the one close to me, I quit going in there, even though you get the 20% coupons and stuff like that.
Oh, I stopped getting those.
I still get emails, but I haven't been to a physical store in quite a while. I think the last couple things I got from them, because it was free shipping, I ordered it and just had them deliver.
Wow.
And they didn't have stock. So unless you're looking for pillows and sheets and linens and flatware and stuff.
Okay.
Basic pots and pans.
Yeah.
If
the job market's doing well, okay, that means, people are working. That means they're earning a wage. They're going to spend that spend that money on, goods and services and, basic, stuff you need every day, food, your utilities, all that stuff. If the money's being made and the money's being spent, then why is the inflation still going up? unless it's a supply. Is there a some level of supply and demand factors that are out there that's just not obvious?
I haven't looked at the. I used to.
Sorry.
That's okay. There's actually reports for different industries. The National Manufacturing Association, and then there's the National Purchasing Association. They also put out their numbers. And I haven't looked at those in a while. But I know that orders are down because their inventory for most manufacturers is going up. I think a lot of people are saving their cash, what little they have left after because of the inflation issue.
Yeah.
And another big factor, I think, is because the dollar is still strong. So I think the Treasury yields at like a 30-year high. It's paying like 3.67% or something like that. So people are putting money in that. Right. Why have money in the bank or stock market where you're losing 10 or 12% or whatever it is when you can be guaranteed, or 3.5%, which isn't much. And you're tied into it for, I think it's the 2-year Treasury.
Oh, are they?
That's up.
Yeah.
But point is, that I think there's a lot of moving pieces going on here. Second perpetrator is making a couple of points. He is correct that the unemployment numbers are a little bit flawed, but I do know that just about everybody still around here, fast food, manufacturing, doesn't matter. They all still have help wanted signs out.
We still have them here. Oh, yeah.
And so, I mean, there's jobs available and they're paying. I mean, a lot of them are entry. Fast food was never meant to be a career unless you're going to be in management. It was always supposed to be for college kids, high school kids, just to make a couple of bucks.
Yeah, but I remember during the shutdowns, some of those fast food places they were going to give you like $1,000 hiring bonus.
Yeah, they did that here for a while, but I think they're still starting kids out at $12 or $15 an hour, depending on experience.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it's just, to me, the idea that not that there's anything wrong with working at a McDonald's or Wendy's. A job is a job.
Correct.
That's good.
Correct.
It's just not typical to have a job like, applying for a job, say at Wendy's, for example, and get a hiring bonus. But, if that's what they have to do to recruit people in, so be it. I mean, in fact, the job that brought me to Alabama, they gave me a hiring bonus. So, it works.
Yeah.
It's just not typical.
Right. And I get, if you have small kids at home and then you got to pay for daycare and the gas and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I get all those factors. But just times are different. I mean, before families would, the mom would stay home and the dad would do the job, make a wage. Everybody lived pretty much below their means, and they could cover it. They weren't eating steak every night. I mean, that's why they were making casseroles and meatloafs and anything, a lot of pasta and stuff that was inexpensive.
Hamburger helper.
Yeah, fortunately we didn't do that. But so I mean, that gets into a whole other thing. But as far as why one goes up, the other one goes down, and they're flip-flopping back and forth. I don't know, but I know gold is just taking a beating. And anybody that wants to buy gold right now, you're welcome, because I bought gold earlier in the week before it dropped. What did it drop this week? Almost $80 or $90 an ounce. Something like that. So it was like right after I bought gold, it just went through the floor. So you're welcome.
It never. Well, same thing happens to me. Anytime I buy gold, sure enough, next day, it's like, oh, I can't win.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
I can't win.
again, gold, it doesn't matter. I mean,
Yeah. You know, I'm not sweating a few bucks.
and even
You know.
silver. What I have is what I'm collecting now for the most part. I've got a few things up on the bin listing, and I've got some other stuff that I'd literally have to wait for the spot price to go back up in order to be able to sell it. So otherwise, I'll just sit on it. I don't need to sell it, you know.
Yep. Well, yeah, that's right. It's for the long haul for sure.
Yep.
You know, and I don't. Yeah, you and I are just saying kind of about it. It's like, oh, I bought it today. Ha ha ha! Yeah, I bought it. Then it drops a few bucks the next day. It's like, yeah. But it's all good because you bought it. It's going to be in your hand in a couple of days. That to me, that's what matters. It's you physically will have it. So,
yeah.
Don't beat yourself up over spot moving a couple bucks or something like that. If it drops like a couple $100, then maybe that's different. But what are you going to do? If I or you or anybody could predict the future, we'd be doing something else.
Well, if it drops a couple $100, I would
back to
be buying. I would be buying at an accelerated rate. But I had to put myself on
that's
a little
cool.
talking icon because I have to stand up. My back started.
Yeah. Randy, Andy, he put up the numbers. Let's see. Did you read what he said? I gotta highlight this in the chat. This is funny. This is funny. I like that. From Andy Resnick reporting that gold spot is 1676, silver is 1959. His source, the Ladies' Home Journal. Not only can you learn about spot price, you can also learn what the casserole recipe of the week is with the Ladies' Home Journal, brought to you by Andy Resnick. So thank you for that, sir. That was pretty good.
I believe that there's at least one, there's probably a couple of channels out there where they're taking recipes from like the 40s, 50s, and 60s and making them now. And let's just say that tastes have changed in the 50, 60 years. It does they don't look good.
Well, change
not
for the better, change for the worse, or just change?
Change for the better. People they know more about spices other than salt and pepper.
Yeah.
But I mean, we grew up on casseroles, and
Did you ever have some? Did your family have like a goulash recipe?
Yep. I just actually made it last weekend. I love it.
Yep. My mom, from Taiwan, learned grandma. My dad. My dad's. My grandma, dad's side, learned. Their goulash recipe, and my mom, she makes it every so often, and usually when she does, that's when I go over to the house and have dinner.
Yeah.
It's good, and it's simple.
It is simple.
And I think that's maybe that's one reason why those are becoming popular, because these recipes are relatively easy, but they're simple, right?
Right, but you got protein, you got vegetable, you
got your carbs, you got a little bit of everything.
Yep. Mr. Resnick, I got the majority of mine from a local coin shop, and then I did win an auction on a higher end item that I would normally not buy, but
I want one.
But I thought it was cool. And then I did buy another piece with one of the online dealers. So I actually spent my budget for this month for sure, but there's only 2 weeks left, and most of my budget for next month. So
Yeah, I'm
As
still.
far as
Yeah.
now, it depends. If gold keeps dropping, then I'll dig into the future budget and snag some more. Unless something
Yeah.
goofy happens and the bottom completely falls out. I mean, I just,
I don't think that's going to happen, but
you never
that's
know.
not my lane. That's not my
No.
lane. Okay. All right, Mr. X. What are scrapple? What is scrapples?
I think it's like, Andy's going to have to correct me, but I think that's like a leftover dish where you put a bunch of stuff together
Oh, everything but the kitchen sink casserole?
kind of thing. I could be wrong.
Yes, Mr. Werner. Platinum. I like platinum. Actually, I like platinum too, and it's something I need to learn and understand. I still don't understand, why is it so undervalued?
Well, that's actually been going up. That's back up in the, it was, I think last I checked this today.
Oh, is it
was
over 1,000 now?
No, but it was getting up in the 900s again. But it didn't matter because you couldn't buy it even when it was down, what, 690 or 700 or something ridiculously low.
Yeah.
The premiums on that was outrageous still.
Yeah, I don't.
So
I don't understand it. But
I have one piece of platinum. I've got a 1/4 ounce, and I have it just to say I have it. And I got it for a really, really good price.
Yes, you got it for a really, really good price.
A really good price.
A really good price.
Like spot at the time.
Look, if I remember the story right, he was just like, "Oh, yeah, whatever, take it, go," because he was packing up to leave.
I was helping a fellow YouTuber who is also a coin dealer on the weekends and does coin shows, and I was helping him break down his booth. And the dealer next to him all he does is precious metals, primarily gold. He's got some silver, but he's got like Engelhart bars, and so it's higher end type silver stuff, and then gold. And he was looking for something in a bag, and he found like 2 or 3 pieces in a Mylar flip, and he didn't know what they were, and he pulled his loop out and he goes, "Oh, it's platinum." But me and the dealer, the YouTube guy, our heads snapped as fast as they could, and said, "How much you want for it?" Because he says, "Oh, it's platinum, 1/4 ounce." Well, they don't make. Canada's the only one that's made 1/4 ounces recently. Everybody else is tenths and then ounces, as far as I know. I'm not in the platinum, so I don't know. And he says 1/4 ounce, and it's Canadian from whatever, 80, sometime in the 80s or 90. I can't remember the date. And he didn't have platinum. He didn't have any platinum pricing on there, so he just threw a price out, and both of us were grabbing our wallets and running to knock him down to grab a couple of them. And I would have bought more, except that I only had enough money for 1/4. And same thing with the other guy. He had spent. I mean, he had the money because he just got finished the coin show, but he said he got one just because of the price. He couldn't turn it down. So, but it was fun. And that's how those type of deals are made. When the guys are setting up and when they're tearing down and the public's not in there, that's when the dealers are dealing with each other. That's how they do stuff. And I've bought in gold from him at several different shows on occasion. So it wasn't like I was a complete stranger to him, which helps.
Yeah, but Perpetrator, he makes a interesting point. It says platinum lost value when the automotive industry switched away from it. Because they went to palladium with catalytic converters and other stuff. But with the whole conflict, going on overseas, it seemed like they were going to go, oh, well, okay, our supply of palladium's like supposedly cut off, so but it didn't look like they made the transition back to platinum. It seems like there's either enough stockpile palladium there, or there was other sources they could get it from.
Here's my guess when it comes to automotive, and because of where it was being sourced, that I don't want to say overbought, but their threshold for what their minimum amount that they want on hand far exceeded what is normally acceptable within the automotive industry because of the source. So my guess is that they have got that stockpiled. No different than when they do a model change, or they're switching over from a 2022 to 2023s, which they've already done. They do what's called a product build out. So before they do, it's called a changeover. And so they would buy X amount of parts to cover them so that they can stockpile to build out their inventory while they're doing tooling changes and everything else for the next model year.
Mm-hmm.
So they would over allocate or over purchase, or have the suppliers built up. Basically, we were given purchase orders for, let's say, 2 months worth of product. And normally we're working on 7 days worth of product. So we would build a stockpile, and then they would draw from it as necessary. So the risk was always on the supplier to make sure that they had the product on hand to meet. But we wouldn't buy it until we had a PO saying, we need a purchase agreement for that type of quantity, because it's 8x of what you normally do. Bottom line is, my guess is that the auto industry stockpiled a bunch of palladium, enough for them to either retool, which is very likely the case, and then start sourcing their platinum. And depending on, it doesn't look like the issue over there is going to wrap up anytime soon. From the news sources that I'm getting or reading and watching. And so who knows, but if it gets to the point where you'll see it just skyrocket, because that means the auto industry is starting to put in orders.
Yeah, but would factor in that people weren't buying new cars.
Well, you got to remember,
that might play into it because of the whole, circuit chips, integrated circuit chips. They can't get this, whatever for the cars.
I was going to say, though, it was a perfect storm, right? Nobody had cars on the lot. Dealerships were selling stuff like a pickup truck for $20,000 or $30,000 over the sticker price and selling them. People were on waiting lists to pay that extra. But that was during the chip shortage, so they couldn't make the parts. That doesn't mean that depending on where it's at and what process on the line and where it's at, doesn't mean they can't build out the rest of the car. If it's just a computer board, that's an easy pop-in thing, and you can stockpile it, and then when the chips come in, they finish the boards and go and install them. Doesn't mean they can't put the frame together and the axles and the wheels and, get everything for except basically where the computer board goes, the motherboard.
I wanted to make fun of Miss Rhonda because her and my golf clubs have something in common. Titanium.
Ping. Titanium's got that distinct
sound.
ping.
I just love that. When you once in a blue moon, you get that swing just right, and with your driver, and when the ball in that face hit, and you get that perfect resonant ping.
Yeah,
So satisfying.
You know you hit the sweet spot, or if you don't, with a titanium driver.
That is
Although they're
true.
making the sweet spot so much better or bigger. Oh, Andy, I didn't realize that. My L3, L4, and L5 are fused. And
But
all the way down.
Andy brought this up. He said, "Interesting." Well, yeah, let me read from over here. He's got something for everybody to chat. He says, my LCS has a mint sewn bag of 1960 Lincoln cents. She offered them to me for $100. Is anyone out there interested in them? So, if you're into sets, into the Lincoln cents, and specifically 1960, maybe you can work with Andy and work something out. I don't know if that's a good deal or something. Really, not my lane.
The 60 doesn't have a small and large date?
I don't know. Red book's in that back over there somewhere on the other side of the house. Yeah, I know. I need to move the coin library into this room.
And I'm sure somebody is already going to say the answer on that. $0.03 pieces. I'd like to get a couple of those. Yes, there was a large date and a small date in 1960. And then there's also a large date over a small date and a small date over a large date. So there's several, and that's what's in the red book. And I think all of those are recognized by PCGS and NGC.
Okay. There you go.
So there are multiple varieties in 1960. So.
Well, sounds like, Mr. Werner said he might be interested, and Miss Rhonda says that's a good deal. Sounds like a good deal. So, yeah, not my lane.
Yeah, I don't know either. And with it being a bag, it's tough to get a high grade in bags. But I don't know enough about it. I'd have to do some research on what they're selling for and everything else. I mean, I had a proof set, mint set that had small and large dates that I sold for what I paid for them, basically. I didn't do much with it. So yes, to get an MS grade in a bag is... Well, it's no different than the Morgans, right? They were shipped out in bags. That's why they got all the chatter marks and everything else. Or the quarters that you can still buy, or the American Innovation dollars that go out in the 100-piece bags, right? Those things are always beat up. And to get a high grade in those is difficult.
Yeah, you have to buy. Yeah, you would. Yeah. Well, I mean, buying the little rolls, I mean, that's your probability isn't any better because it's all sorted by the same process, right? So they're going to get all dinged up too.
For the rolls?
Yeah. I don't know.
Sort of.
Okay. I know nothing about the mint process.
They're kicked out fast and furious, but it's only going in the hopper.
Things, right?
My guess is it's going in the hopper and then filling up the bag, and then they seal the bag. Same thing with the rolls, right? It goes out and it goes through a different process to roll them, and then the general distribution coin bags,
they just for sale, by the way. Ha ha ha. Well, it looks like Andy's going to go get it.
Well, that's part of what the community does. It's awfully nice and generous of him to offer that up. And
and he's a good man. He's a good guy. Yeah,
and
he
Mr.
takes care
Werner
of
gets
people.
to have fun sorting through a mint sealed 1960 bag. So 62 years old.
I know what I should have done. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it next time. There was remember I bought that box of quarters, and I had at least one group of was it Woodland Man Killer, and it supposedly had the mint had that die something break,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
I haven't been through those quarters yet. maybe I ought to do like a quarter roll, Woodland Man Killer roll hunt. See if I can find any of those. I mean, it's sitting there since I bought them, and that was what, a month ago. So maybe that'd be a nice little pup.
At least a month ago.
Are you trying to imply something there, Mr. X?
No. Well, other than you've been very busy. You got to remember you didn't feel well for a while, and you moved your office. It took a while because you weren't feeling well, and you've been swamped with work.
Yeah, because those procurement guys, they just can't get those orders straight.
Unfortunately, I'm not one of them. Aunt Laura says, "Go for it."
Rhonda says that the rolling machine can do more damage than the bags. Okay.
Yeah. Other than back then, they didn't. I mean, they just tossed the bags around and bouncing around and. But I'm not.
I remember.
That's not my area of expertise.
So when you squirreled me with the whole McDonald's Big Mac thing, so the story was about this. So I went and got my little cheat lunch for the week, and I had 75-cent change, right? And I'm like, okay, look at this quarter, look at this quarter, right? And then I picked up a third one. I was like, wait, this feels different, And then I looked down and I saw 1965.
40%er. Still 40%.
So I was hoping for 64 back, but
it's still worth what, $5?
Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
$4.
Well,
something like that.
Honestly, that's the first time I've ever gone through like my pocket change or whatever and actually find something constitutional. So I just thought that was just amazing, Okay, here we go. Wait. I got something special for the gentleman who just joined us here. And I actually put it on here. Is he here? Okay.
Yes, he's here.
HVAC rental basics for all your residential heating and air conditioning solutions. Is your AC blowing hot air, or is that your wife? If that's the case, you better hurry up and call HVAC Residential Basics. He can't solve your marital problems, but he'll find solutions for your air and heating conditions that will meet any and all budgets. So call 1-888-HOT-AIR. That's 1-888-HOT-AIR. HVAC Residential Basics. We fix air conditioners, not marriage relationships. That's his commercial. So I have it.
Thanks for stopping by, Stacking Perpetrator.
That was all for you, man. Because somebody, people have been commenting, it's like, when he comes on that, I say, hey, HVAC, what's up? I make a commercial out of it. So I was like, okay, I'm actually going to make a commercial. So, yeah, I expect the check to be in the mail soon, Mr. HVAC.
Yeah. Let's see. I have to find. Yeah, my bank will. They give out the wrappers because they have to be rolled now to take them back. So they give us the rolls for free because they did away with the coin machines.
Really?
Yeah.
My credit union's like, use the coin machine.
That's the way it used to be. And then when the pandemic hit, they did away. They took those out of service, and then they ended up just pulling them out of the lobby. And I said they were going to bring them back. She was, I don't know, I don't think so. And I said, well, this is a problem. I might have to find another bank that I can dump the coins in.
Yeah, I got all. Yeah, once I do my little roll hunt, I'm gonna have a lot of quarters to turn in.
Yeah, but the problem is the only thing I'm doing is rolling change that I'm going to take back in exchange anyway. I bought a couple of halve boxes, and I just don't, it's just not something that interests me. Don't get me wrong, finding 90% silver would interest me.
Yeah.
But
I got FOMO'd.
Yes, you did.
I got FOMO'd, and it wasn't this guy. It was a certain person who, ran around in the woods or the desert and eating, things that you use in a coloring book, and he was saying, things like
you have to let him know, because I don't think he's been getting boxes because nobody. Yeah, I know that Mr. V Rose got a box or two for a couple weeks, but nobody else has been able to do it, so he hasn't done it.
What's that? The woman man killer roll hunt thing?
No, just they were doing. That's right, they were doing half rolls.
Yeah, they were doing half rolls.
Never mind.
But Gunny was going to say, he was trying to talk me into getting a box so we can do the woman man killer quarter hunt. So I guess I need to text him or something. So when are we going to do this? Because I still haven't touched the box. So yeah, that'd be a good little fun live stream for us to do. And I think Dennis D joined us this evening. Good evening. Thanks for joining us, brother. Appreciate you being here.
Andy Resnick, you're correct. They do get some very energetic people when it comes to original bank wrapped rolls. One of who was in the chat earlier. I don't know if they are still here, but they love penny rolls or cent rolls.
Oh, were you asking me to guess? I have no idea. Was it Kiddo Mine?
No. HVAC, my bank tellers, they flat out told me that all the bank tellers there, they look for silver. So it's not worth even asking if they have any half dollars or silver dollars in the drawer, because if there is...
Yeah, I mean, it's not too hard for him to find. You just need to know, hey, look, 64 back, it's 90%. And
I know, but I'm saying they know that. So there's like 2 or 3 of them at that branch that go through and make sure that nobody is turning in drawers with silver in it without buying it at face value, of course, right?
Of course.
So I consider that inside trading, HVAC, yes. But I don't blame them. I did the same thing when, well, not really. I shouldn't say that. When I was working retail part-time jobs, when I was in school and stuff, I don't know. Think back when you were younger, depending on your age group. I think most of us here are Gen Xers or older. It was commonplace to see 50s and 60s. I remember spending Franklin halves at the corner store to get candy and pop, and 50 cents was a lot of money back then.
Yeah, and it bought you a lot of candy and soda back then.
Yeah.
My dad.
First, I'd get a Coke because it was the glass bottles.
Yeah.
A little 8 ounce or 10 ounces or whatever, and you drink it there in the store, and leave the bottle there, and you buy another one to take for the walk home. Couple of candy bars.
My dad would. He would give me like a half dollar, and then I go down to the bait shop, and instead of I buy a little bit of bait, and then the rest of it just the clerk, the lady would just take one of those small little brown bags and just go through the different flavors of Jolly Ranchers and just fill the bag up to use up the rest of the half dollar. And of course, dad would say, "Don't eat those on, meet me at the fishing place, but don't eat all the Jolly Ranchers." Oh, those are good times.
Am I back?
Oh, did I phase out? Oh, man. Am I having problems?
Am I back?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can see you.
Oh, okay.
It's me. I was like, I'm looking at StreamYards and I was like blocked. I was like, what's going on here?
Dennis D wants to know, what do we think of the GEC labels? Well, I know they bring a premium. I don't know. I mean, if that's your thing, then so be it. I know there are registry set people that they have to be GAC'd to be in that part of that set. But to pay to get a coin graded or buy a graded coin and then send it off, I don't even know if they're accepting coins right now. I know for a while they shut it off so that they can grade the graders. You get the green bean means yes, they agree with the grade, or if it's a gold bean, then it means it should be graded higher. But you don't send it back to the grading company because you can get more money if it's got a gold bean on it. And if it's got a green bean on it, it gets more money than if it doesn't have a bean on it. So I don't know. I think it's a personal preference. That's all.
I didn't know this even existed.
Oh yeah.
I had no clue.
The gentleman that started it, I believe, worked at both PCGS and NGC as an executive. And I think the rumor mill is that he wants to start grading coins and slabbing coins.
Really?
Yeah. And I can't remember. I shouldn't say that because without a source. I don't know if it was in the comments or a video that I watched. That apparently there is another grading company in the works that's supposed to be competitive with PCGS and NGC. And the only thing I think that other than Annex, again, like we said, talked about earlier in the show, that they seem to be getting better with their grading. But I can't remember, I think his first name is John, and I don't remember his last name, the guy that owns the CAC or CAC certification. If he is the one that is going to be launching a grading service, then that would probably be recognized in the industry as legitimate.
Because of his credentials and his history
Correct.
and experience.
Correct. And he's already proven that with putting the GAC sticker on. It's the little greener gold sticker that you see that says CAC on it.
Well, there you go. Hey, let's bring in some friendly competition.
Yeah, yeah, but it'd be the same thing. As I'm sure the pricing structure would be similar, and it's not going to be much of a difference.
Well, unless he's going to cater to a bigger, a different crowd. He's got to get this whole thing started first. So one step at a time.
Yeah, and who knows? He might not do moderns. Who knows? I mean, I don't know.
Will be interesting to see. And like I said, competition's healthy for the market. So the more the merrier.
Well, the only ones that are keeping like ICG, who is not recognized or respected in the industry. Is a certain TV personality who gets a lot of their stuff graded from IGC with exclusive labels and all that kind of stuff. But ICG is not. I mean, you can't even list it as as officially graded, even on eBay. They don't recognize them. So
it's
some
just
people, but some people like them. But last I checked, their website was down, so I don't even know if it's still what's going on there.
Yeah. Hopefully they're move along. They're gone.
Well, they're still there because they're still doing stuff for the TV guy. So
yeah, that's one thing our community needs to do is to be able to get the word out and help educate people. Because I know some of the big channel. I know at least one big channel who's actually, maybe two, that's actually talked about these home TV shopping channels and the way they play on words and because their audience is more mature audience, retirees and things like that. So they're they play on their emotions and get them a little bit of brimstone and hellfire kind of thing and get them worried. Oh, you got to get this because it's an investment in your future and something you could pass along, blah blah blah. But like you said, it's just I just took an ASC, put a fancy label, and then sealed it. I mean, they don't have any other credentials to back them up, saying that they're legit.
No, they've been around a long time, but
just because they've been around a long time doesn't make them legitimate.
Yeah. Check private chat, please.
Yeah. So, hey, folks, thanks for joining us tonight. Sorry I didn't have a more exciting agenda for you, but I do appreciate everyone being here. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Miss Rhonda, for moderating for us. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Appreciate it. Even those lurking in the background, just thank you for being here. It's Friday evening, so I do appreciate you spending time with us. So, Mr. X, the floor is yours, sir.
Same thing. Thank you for everybody that came in and listened to us babble on for a couple of hours, and hopefully we entertained you. Maybe even learned a couple things too, at least how engineers talk. And so if you're a college football fan, enjoy your day tomorrow. And if you're not, don't forget, next coin's on tomorrow night at 8. And then my show is on Sunday evening at 8 o'clock. I've already posted the notice, so it should be somewhere on the YouTube world.
Yeah, Rhonda or Andy, could you real quick post Mr. X's link to his channel, if you would, please?
And anyway, so thanks for putting up with us. Thank you, Don, for having me on. And until either in the streams or on my show, I will see you there. 73.
Thank you, Mr. X. Appreciate you being on as always. And again, thank you everyone for spending your Friday, part of your Friday evening here. Really appreciate it. Fostering friendship and fellowship. That's my mantra about doing these live streams. Big crowd, small crowd. Let's just get together and talk and connect. I think it's very important to me, and it's very important that our community does this. So, Miss Rhonda, Andy, thank you for modding this evening. Thank you everyone in the chat for being here. And with that, I'm still waiting on NASA to give us an excellent demonstration of thermodynamics. So, transform your energy into a force for good.